stand here the whole video? All the patterns. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Noémie. Thank you if you're coming back, and welcome if it's the first time. Today, me and my always there assistant, can never not be part of the video, Milo, are here to answer the question that you are all wondering. Does Noémie have what it takes to survive Me Made May? So if you're not in the sewing community, Me Made May is a hashtag, like not even a challenge, like a personal challenge maybe, to try to wear Me Made during the month of May. And it's not actually that you have to wear Me Made head to toe, this is what's going to save me, but just to try to encourage you to wear your Me Made during the month of May. And so I wanted to look, could I dress fully Me Made during the month of May? And the answer is not at all. I couldn't wear fully Me Made. Are you going to stand here the whole video? Oh. The answer is I could not wear fully Me Made during the entire month of May. Let's start by I don't have any Me Made shoes. My coats are not Me Made, even though I am planning to make myself a jacket at some point. I don't have Me Made socks. I do have Me Made undies, but I don't have enough to last me. I mean, obviously I would wash it during the month, but I don't think I have enough. Like if I wash my clothes about once a week, I don't think I have enough to last me a week. And so I couldn't have fully Me Made undies. I have one Me Made bra, but it actually doesn't fit. You will soon discover another video that I'm making, which is about bra making, and you will see that this one doesn't fit and that I still need to work on it. So, oh great, Milo's lying on, I have all of my Me Mades here and Milo's like lying across all of them. Great. So I don't have Me Made underwear basically, and I don't have Me Made coats, I don't have Me Made shoes, but what about the rest? Like what about like really your outfits? Could I make Me Made outfits? I have all of my Me Mades here and it's a lot, so you're gonna be like, that girl has a lot of clothes, she's fine. But you will see that, I will give you a preview so you can see kind of like the vibe. So outside of the dog, you will see that the issue is that everything I have is heavily patterned. So I basically don't have basics that are Me Made. I will show you what I have like in the most simpler things, and I guess technically I could do the whole month of Me May with those two. So I have those linen pants. Side notes, I have pressed and ironed nothing for this video, everything is out of the box, and as you can see, the summer wardrobe is still behind me because it is end of April, but in Belgium spring has not arrived yet, so everything is still there, and I'm really hoping it's gonna get warm and we can wear those clothes, because at the moment those linen pants are just too cold, like they're just too cold to wear. But that's why everything's quite creased. It's because nothing is from my wardrobe, everything is actually from the boxes. Oh, those don't have an elasticated waist. No elastics. Do I hate myself? Okay, new Noémie put elastic back. Oh, by Milo. New Noémie put some elastic on all of her pants because she doesn't hate herself. But okay, so I have a basic pair of blue linen pants. They're white leg. They are the free white leg pants from Peppermint Magazine. So I'll show you these. So those are basic. And my Arden pants, I'm not going to talk too much about them because I made a whole video on them and I love them because they have an elasticated waist. So happy Noémie here. But this is basically, I confirm, this is literally, these are the two non-patterned bottoms I have. That's it. All the rest has patterns on. And the issue is, if you not want to rock pattern on the top and pattern on the bottom, then this wardrobe is not working. And I really don't have many tops that are not patterned either. Let's show them quickly. I have this tank top, this is also linen, this tank top, and it's the linen tank top from the fabric store. This is plain, but I can't wear it at work because I like to have my shoulders covered at work. Also, did we mention that the weather is really bad in Belgium at the moment, that I would freeze my nipples off in this? But this is basic and doesn't have patterns on. And then there's this top, it's in a tencel knit, and so it's really stretchy, and I don't love wearing it at work because I don't know if you can see from the way it drapes, but it's so drapey that it almost feels a little bit too pyjama for me to wear in a formal setting. So I wear it at home really happily, but at work I don't find that it really gives the vibe I want. And I have embroidered a little plant on it. Yeah, that I like. It was my first time embroidering something on anything. I love it. I did it at a breakfast that my fabric store organized, when you can like go and do crafts during breakfast. I love them. So this is my second plain top. You have heard well, I have 2 plain pairs of pants, 2 tops, none of them I can wear at work. Well, I was going to say that's my last plain one, but actually this is not plain. This has stripes on, so I have 2 things. I have 2 tops and 2 bottoms that are plain. All the rest is patterned, so nothing's gonna go with anything. So I'm screwed. I will show you the type of pairing I do despite being patterns, but yeah. So that's a top, that's a Jackson tee from Ellen's closet, and I made that to use up the scraps I had left over from this fabric, and this fabric is crazy expensive, so I wanted to use every inch I had of it. I also made undies for my wife with the leftovers. So here you are, that's a Jackson tee. Something else I don't have actually, I realize now, it's layers. So all of those tops, well, I still have all the long sleeves blouses you've been seeing in my videos in the past few weeks, but obviously those are also patterned. But you know, in spring, especially this year, you might want a little cardi or something to keep you warm, and I don't have anything that's like a little cardi. What I have, as me made, is this. This is not really a spring jumper, it's so massive. I also have a video all about this one though, if you want to see it. So I have this, and this is not me made, but it is wife made, so I feel like it counts, but it's also not really a spring cardigan. It's a really big cardigan. So already for me made May, I don't have any layers and I will just freeze. So yeah, that's how it is. Okay, I will just run you through my, like, we have assessed. Noémie basically has enough clothes, she doesn't have layers, she has too much pattern. Let's just enjoy all of them together. Let's just go through everything, because, you know, you haven't seen me sew all of this because I didn't have the YouTube channel, so let's just have a blast. Those shorts. Happiness in shorts. I originally made a dress out of this. I'll show a photo of the dress. But the dress was really too revealing on the shoulders. Shoulder is something I don't always feel happy showing. And it was also really naked in the back. It was not really easy to wear. And I kind of felt annoyed to have this piece of garment that I would never really wear and I wasn't really comfortable wearing. I'm going to make a video on sewing for a fluctuating body, and something I feel really strongly about is not, you know, whether you fit in the garment or not, but also how you feel. And if you, in this case, I didn't feel really comfortable with my shoulders, then there's no point keeping this dress. So I repurposed it into those shorts, which are inspired, I mean, I made them from the pattern, the Winslow culotte from Ellen's closet, but I had to modify it because I didn't have enough fabric, because it was made from the skirt. One thing I'm really proud of is that I kept the side seams of the skirt and the pockets, and I made it from the side seams. So I actually constructed the shorts without having to redo the side seams, which are from the skirts. But I really like them. They bring me a lot of joys. They're really thick cotton, so they're absolutely not see-through, so that's great. Other pants, those ones bring me so much joy, but like literally I love them. And they have an elasticated back, which is life, and a serious front, which I like, because then you look serious at the front, party at the back. They have really roomy pockets. Those are the pockets from the Arden pants that I made an entire video about. And basically, I use those pockets on everything. They are so roomy, they're amazing. And on the front, I don't think you can see them because they're really hidden, but I have made, yeah, I don't think you can see them. The pockets are running here, and they're really cool shape, and I copied them from jeans I really liked. But sadly, I didn't realize when you make cool pockets on a really busy print, you absolutely can't see the pockets. So these are super cool pants. Love, 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 love. But what do you put with this? Yeah, not so easy. But see, I have, for example, paired it. So you might recognize this. I have a blouse pimpante in this fabric, and I have used the leftover to make one of my trusty tank tops from the fabric store. Free pattern. I have pieced the back, because I didn't have enough to make the back in one piece, but that doesn't stop us. I find that this looks actually really smart because it looks like I have a yoke at the back almost. So this, you know, leopard print is basically a basic, right? I can wear this as a combo. So this I've shown you, last pair of pants. Okay, let's be organized. Skirt next. This is among the skirts I'm showing you the very first I made. This is a half circle skirt that I've, you know, you can draft them yourself. I follow the YouTube tutorial to make these, and I really like it. I wear it at work a ton because it hits just about underneath, so I feel covered enough in it. I love it. Atelier Brunette fabric, find it very pretty. It's very creased at the moment, but I really like how it turns. It has a really good twirling factor. I love it. Second skirt I made is this one. I also made it without a pattern. This is basically just a gathered skirt. I put the pocket ridiculously low. I don't know if you can tell how low it is on the pocket, but basically when I put the hand in my pocket, it's like super low on my hips. And I have made obviously a nice contrasting pocket because I feel like when you start sewing, that's what you get excited about. You're like, God, I can make contrasting pockets, so cool. So this is also Atelier Brunette fabric because when I started sewing, I just bought lots of Atelier Brunette. And talking about Atelier Brunette fabric, this is also Atelier Brunette, and the pattern is also Atelier Brunette. It's La Jupe from Atelier Brunette. And yeah, I love it. And if you remember well, this is basically the shape of the skirt I'm going to remake in that other fabric I had shown you in my Liz Taylor haul, except that the new version I'm going to make is the one with the buttons down the front. This one is the version without the buttons. And I had seen it on a shop assistant at my fabric store, and I just found that it made such a pretty shape. The way it, like, you know, hugs at the hips and then goes out, I was really convinced by the pattern, which is why I bought it straight away. I made this, and now I think I'm ready to upgrade and also do the button version. So this, I'm really excited. Again, patterns are very hard to pair, but for example, maybe not for work, but for life, I would pair it with this. This is a level of pattern that a Noémie would do. I know it's not for everyone. But it is for me. I don't mind this, for example. And this skirt, which I made from, so if you have watched the video about my Arden pants, you will know that I made a pair in this fabric and that I made it in a wish size instead of in my actual size, so I don't fit in them. Silly Noémie. So now my wife is the lucky owner of those pants, but luckily I still had enough leftovers to make this skirt, which I have copied from a skirt I had. I basically, you know, traced the pattern from the skirt I owned. I have put the trusty Arden pants pockets because you can put your whole phone in here. They are massive. And yeah, and I've done a slanted pocket here. I believe it's on the Ellen's Closet's website. She has a blog explanation on how to make those slanted pockets. So that's what I've made. So that's a little corduroy skirt, maybe not super spring-like, and also this is the type of length that I would wear with like thick tights, because otherwise it would be too much leg for me to be comfortable with, but well, still a possibility. Okay, let's keep dresses for last because I feel like dresses are a bit more exciting. Okay, this part is so exciting. These are all of my shirts. This is why I have a YouTube channel for, to show off all of them because I love them all deeply. How many Elisa blouse from Fiber Mood does one woman need, do you think? The answer is, oh, I was looking for the third one. I'm wearing it. One Elisa blouse from Fiber Mood. Cropped sleeves, cropped length here. Second Elisa blouse. I think I still cropped the sleeves maybe a touch, but not as much because they're really long on the actual pattern, but slightly cropped sleeves. Original length, I believe so. Yeah, seems a bit longer, so I can tuck this one. Fabric from Atelier Brunette because I love them. This one, also in Elisa blouse, I have added a little pleat in the back that's really easy to hack onto your pattern. If you know how to do a back yoke and a pleat, super easy, so I added that because I found that it made it look a little bit more fancy. The original pattern doesn't have a back yoke and a pleat. Super easy to add, really. If you have any other patterns of a shirt that has it, then you just follow those instructions and you just add a bit of space in your pattern piece for the pleat, and that's it. So actually it's the second time I made this shirt. I made it the first time, but it was one of my first collared shirts at the time, and this fabric frays a ton, and so I hadn't overlocked, zigzag stitched anything in the inside of the back yoke and everything, and then the shirt was really coming apart at the seams, and I really tried to like patch it. It was coming apart all along this seam here on the front placket. It was fully coming apart. I basically hand stitched the whole thing back together once, and then it was still falling apart, and I was so sad. I ended up accepting that it wasn't going to work. I rebought the fabric because I love it that much. Also, funny story, my wife didn't like this fabric, and every time I would go to the fabric store, I was like, I love it, can I buy it? And every time she'd be like, no, I don't like it. Then one time I just went without her and I was like, I'll buy it anyway. And I feel like now it's growing on her. I feel like now she's starting to see it as like one of my shirts, and it's growing on her, but I think only because I've put it in her face so much that now she's forced to like it. All that to say, I have fully remade this shirt. I have now overlocked everything on the inside, tried to make it as long lasting as possible, and hopefully this new version is gonna last for a long time because I love it. And if you have a really good eye, you will actually notice that it is the same fabric as this skirt. But I really like it. It's not something I never do to buy fabric in two colorways. For example, this blouse I also have in the darker fabric for my long sleeves winter version, and as you might have seen if you've seen my Liz Taylor haul, I also bought the bike fabric in the two colorways because when I like something, I like something. Next up, this little Chelsea Raglan top from the fabric store. I also make a ton of them with leftover fabrics. That's one of my typical ones I make because you can make the sleeves the length you want and then use the cuff to make them a bit longer if you need to. And great little project to finish up leftover fabrics. And this was a leftover from this is L'Envolée, the fabric. This is a Liz Taylor fabric, and the shirt I was originally making was Harmonie from Atelier Scamit. I realized the long sleeves shirt you have seen in the Liz Taylor video as well. So this is the short sleeves version. This way I have a winter one and the summer one for the fabrics I love. Another Liz Taylor fabric. This is the Augusta boxy top from Fabric Store. As you can see, I really like the free patterns from the Fabric Store. I have made the sleeves a little bit wider, so I have deepened the sleeves so that they're really oversized. And isn't this fabric just a joy? This is so easy to wear. I love it. Imagine this. I know that this can be a lot for some people, but imagine this with light blue jeans and a nice little white cardigan. I think there's something in it. This really brings me joy. This is a really Noémie thing. Love it. Are you starting to be like, yeah, that girl has a lot of clothes from Me Made May. She just will look like a clown because she only has patterns. Well, this is not going to save the story because this is another shirt I have. This pattern is from Atelier Brunette again. This is La Chemise. And I don't love it, honestly. I'm a bit disappointed because, as you might be able to see, the back is a bit longer than the front. And actually, when you wear it, it really rides up. So the collar comes like this and rides up and up. And then you end up having the collar here and the back is really like dragging super low. I have emailed them to know if they had any solutions for this. And they're just like, oh, the back might just be too heavy. Because when I was looking online, they're like, oh, well, change the place where the shoulder seam is, but I don't want to change the shoulder seam so that the front comes and strangles me. So yeah, I'm a bit sad of the balance of this because even though it's really easy and really flowy and stuff, it's just too heavy at the back, so it doesn't sit properly. It never sits where it should. But the fabric is from one of our visits to Australia, so it's from Spotlight, which is an Australian fabric store. I mean, craft store, but they also sell fabrics. And yeah, the fabric really brings me joy. The shirt doesn't because too many issues, sadly. And it's extreme, I don't know if you can tell, but it's extremely oversized. So it's a bit like another nice and neutral top, as you can tell. Okay, let's move on to dresses. This one is a top and a skirt, but I am keeping it in the dresses section because I've actually made this for a wedding. And let me show you. So this is the top. This is a crop top made from, I want to hear it at the back, the tank top from the Fabric Store. Yes, it is. But I had seen at my fabric store, my local fabric store has those fashion show every year, and one of the girls there had a top from Deer & Doe that has those buttons on the side, and she was explaining to me that even though the buttons did open, she didn't need them to get in and out of her shirt, which inspired me to just hack this top, free pattern from the fabric store. And I just add, so these are fake, but I mean they're real buttons, but it's all fake. I've just added a strip of fabric there to pretend that it was a button thing, like a button, what do you say, a button placket. And I've put the buttons on top, and so I have little buttons on the side, which makes me feel very fancy. I did add darts in this, yeah, you can see the dart. I did add them because as I cropped the pattern for the linen tank, I find that actually if you don't have the bottom, then it kind of falls funny, so I did have to add darts in this version. So I think if I were to remake a cropped version of this tank, I would kind of think ahead to have the side seam falling in the right place. This way I don't need the darts because it's a bit unnecessary, but obviously I didn't know at the time that cropping a top would affect the fitness, like basically. And so this I would wear with all the patterns, matching skirt, and so this would be my ensemble. I will just put a photo of me wearing the ensemble, this way you can see it and picture it. But this is the skirt that I have copied from a skirt we have. So actually it's the skirt that my wife was wearing at our wedding, and I copied it for myself. It has an elasticated back because I love myself, and it has very expensive, knowing the price of button. The jupe from Atelier Brunette has those double button things, and I found that it was so chic and everything, and well, so chic because it's so expensive to buy twice as many buttons. But so as you can see, the buttons are going per pair. It's every time 2 buttons. And yeah, so I just copied this from another skirt, and it was very practical, very nice, very comfy. And this you can also wear with other things. Obviously I find it quite useful to have something that can work as an ensemble, as a like one outfit, or separately because you get more wear out of it. I will not talk too much about this because you've already seen it, but this is my trusty patchwork dress. I've never worn it because since I finished it, it's super cold, but I can't wear for this to get its grand debut in society, and to go out with this and to show the world how understated and basic I am. Okay, I have this dress which is wedding and life appropriate. I will put a photo of me wearing it because it's not gonna do it justice otherwise. But so this is also let's hear it at the back, Liz Taylor fabric, and yeah, I really love it. It's super comfortable, it's so pretty. It's a wrap dress, so if you eat a lot you can make accommodations to still be comfortable. I really love it, but I don't wear dresses so much on the day-to-day, so yeah, and also at the moment still too cold, but really like this one. And this is the Elodie wrap dress from Pattern Core. And then not really wearable for Me Made May, but let's just show them so this way you know everything I have in my wardrobe. This lovely dress, I have made this, I will find it and link it down below for you. This is from an online tutorial I have followed on YouTube. Watch out because she makes a mistake in the measurements of the straps, and it's corrected in the comments, but not on the screen or anything. So I made the wrong straps and I barely had enough fabric to remake it. So if you're short on fabric, make sure you check properly before cutting the straps. But honestly, I'll also just, you know, it's just easier to put a photo. But I love this so much. I also have tattoos on my side here, and this shows off the tattoos, so I'm really happy because it's tattoos that no one ever sees otherwise. I have a little peekaboo of other fabric on the inside just for me. That's actually the same fabric as the ensemble you saw before. But this is not super wearable on the day-to-day. I have not worn it a lot, but it brings so much joy. Really, I love it. Almost last. Also one that is absolutely not wearable on the day-to-day is this very open on the breast area Agatha, I think it's the Agatha dress. I will put it on the screen if it's not. And it's from Peppermint. I bought it when they had a sale. It was like buy any pattern you want for €1, and I was like, oh well, I'll buy it and maybe one day I'll make it. Originally this pattern is for a stretch fabric. This is lightly stretchy but not stretchy enough, so I have added a zipper here. on the inside. I want to say I really like this dress. I will put a photo on the screen where I really felt amazing in this dress, but I have to say I think it's because it's light blue and it can be a color that... Okay, well, tell me you talk too much without telling me you talk too much. My camera just died. It was like, I'm off, my job is done, you filmed for long enough. But I was really almost at the end. This is my almost last outfit. So this is the dress. I will show you a photo. I wore it twice for 2 different weddings. I once felt amazing in it and the other time I felt awful. And it's a little bit difficult because I felt so ugly in it the second time that now I'm a bit on the fence about it and I don't know if I'll be able to rewear it and feel happy about it, and I kind of need a little moment with the dress to decide what's our future together. I really want to give it a chance. I know that body images sometimes fluctuate, sometimes you feel good, sometimes you don't, but I kind of don't want to take the risk to not feel good again, and I just want to show that with the leftover from the dress I made, let's hear it at the back, a fabric store, linen tank top. It's not in linen, but you see what I mean. Here I made the opening of the arms a little bit wider to make it a little bit more modern, and if you have seen my Mending Monday, you know that I had to save the neckline, which was falling apart, but otherwise this is what we have. And these are all of my clothes for Me Made May. So I'm going to freeze, so I'm going to have to wear some non-Me Made clothes, but I hope this was fun for you to look through my entire wardrobe, basically my entire Me Made wardrobe. The aftermath of the video. It's all good, just a bit of tidying to do. I took so long, the assistant also gave up. And let me know in the comments if you feel ready for Me Made May. Are you taking part into Me Made May? Are you trying to wear one Me Made a day or a full outfit? Do you have your own bras? Do you have your own shoes? So yeah, let me know if you're taking part, and if so, how you are taking part. I will just live my normal life. I wear my Me Mades basically all the time. They are my favorite clothes. So for me, no special goals with Me Made May, but I will be wearing a lot of Me Mades. And now that I'm knitting, I will, for next year, have some layers for Me Made May. So, you know, it's gonna get better and better. I can't believe I thought that this video would take 3 minutes. I was like, I'm gonna arrive, say, oh, Me Made May, and that's not gonna be a video, and now we have so much footage. I'm sorry. I hope you had a great time while you were here. I didn't want to take so much of your time. But thank you so much for watching. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to make those videos for you. I hope you had a great time. I want to remind you that you can make anything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!